Thanks to our sales partner and representative in Poland for giving me this opportunity to present Oman Design and Build Week to the online audience that we have for this session. My name is Tarek Ali, and I'm the event director of Oman Design and Build Week, which is held in co-location with Oman Real Estate Exhibition and Conference. Allow me first to introduce our company. We are Connect, a company based in Oman and has established in 1986. We have been organizing large-scale events in the country, and we are well known for the quality and high standards of exhibitions that we deliver to the market, where we are connecting industry stakeholders from various sectors and industries and different countries in Oman. Our key events that we organize, and I'm highlighting here various segments before I go in depth about Oman Design Build Week and Oman Real Estate Exhibition. We do cover oil and gas sectors through Oman Petroleum and Energy Exhibition. We have Oman Sustainability Week that is more about hydrogen and future energy, as well as renewable energy and sustainable solutions for various sectors. We have also event covering healthcare, real estate, construction, as I mentioned earlier. We are, as a company, part of a conglomerate company, which is called SABCO Group. It's portfolio of FMCG and commercial businesses owned by royal family members. As a company, we are part of UFI, the International Associations for Exhibition Organizers, and we ensure that our numbers are audited annually and that we follow high standards in event organizing. The expertise of the team on board that we have actually gathers tens of years of experience in organizing international events. Most of the team has experience in international events, organizing companies, which was based in Dubai and other countries. So we can now talk a little bit about the market. Oman now is in fact witnessing a great, let's say, economic, I would not call it revolution, but I would say improvement compared to 2022 and years before. The reason is that currently the country is all united under Oman Vision 2040. And this covers key sectors that will develop and evolve the economy into further better position. Currently, the government in various sectors has allocated good funds. However, the construction being, the second largest industry after oil and gas, is benefiting from this growth in other economic sectors such as logistics, tourism, healthcare, and energy, etc. Now, the government has committed to nominally to invest annually, or let's say increase investment to 11.4 billion Omani riyals, or $29.6 billion US dollars by 2025, and that's really mostly on key infrastructure projects, and that covers government and semi-government and public, basically public projects. And we have the government mainly trying to put a priority on providing residential units to its growing population. There are many shifting trends in the way how the government is allocating support to its citizens. Usually it was by providing lands. However, to sustain and a unified urban development and landscape, now the government moved to give housing units with a support from local financial institutions such as banks, investment funds, as well as financial authorities. although we have this major investment on residential and commercial real estate and construction projects, we have also a big focus on providing and developing industrial cities. And industrial cities aims to create new jobs and to attract investors across various industry sectors. So when we look at the overall economy, we see many drivers, and all comes under the vision of Oman 2040, as I mentioned earlier. Now, when we talk about projects, we were talking, I mean, I mentioned residential, I mentioned industrial. However, some key projects, and we are calling them mega projects, and because they are multi-billion, dollar scale projects. These are mainly Sultan Haytham City, a big urban development project that is taking place in Muscat, the capital, and it is located in a very central and very highly populated area. This project consists of various phases, and it is open for local and international developers to be contracted to build. Another big development is an area not a lot of Polish companies know about it. However, those who came to Muscat last year or last edition at the event, they know a place called Al Kuwair, where the ministries, we'll call it the ministries area, basically. It's now being revamped. It is only now in a stage of planning. However, it's going to revamp the overall landscape of Muscat, particularly the busiest area in the city. Other projects which are by private developers, like the Sustainable City ET, and that's a mega project, very much sustainable in the sense of using future, renewable energy, building a community service across various levels. Another key project is AIDA. It's a major development run by a company called Dar Global, one of our exhibitors. And when I'm mentioning these projects, I just want to say that these are also exhibiting at our real estate exhibition, which is held in co-location with ODBW. We have Muscat Metro, part of the Greater Muscat Plan, which has also a Sultan Haytham City and Al Kuwair downtown part of it. We have new 3 airports being announced just 2 weeks ago. 40 industrial cities were announced, in fact, in 2022, and they are under building. So we have some improvement in that area or development in that area. Just last week, we have a new city called Twoja City being announced, and it is going to be built on one of the most beautiful mountains in the country. And that is a community very much related to natural type of, community building. Aside from that, many roads and tunnels. Duqm is well known internationally now, being in the new, industrial as well as a new port and free zone area in the country. It has been, announced many years ago, but now progressing very well. It hosts many refineries, hydrogen projects, as well as residential and industrial estates. And many companies like, those who are working on oil and gas are actually financing and supporting development of hydrogen energy projects. This is really top project here. I'm not referring to any other projects which are being built, mainly commercial, tourism complexes, hotels, hospitals, and schools, which are part of our target audience to the show. We keep tracking of this development, and anyone who is attending this webinar can learn more if they visit the website, the news page, where we post all updates about the construction and any related developments. Briefly, and I think the team at MK Business has given overall presentation of the exhibition itself, but maybe it's worth to say that last edition really smash all previous numbers, and we had 107% up year on year in number of visitors. And again, I reiterate saying that our figures are audited and we don't amplify our figures. We take the actual count. Next edition gonna be the 20th, so we have a special anniversary that we're gonna celebrate it, and we'll have special promotion to highlight the history of the event and being supporting the construction industry for all those years. Moving to further details about marketing, and this is really worth to mention. When I joined the company, I did analyze the exhibition and how it is effective in representing the industry and how it does respond to to the representation of the sectors in the country here. And it was really impressive to see how the count and the categorization of visitors segments are matching the, let's say, benchmark well with the representation of the industry in the country. So that reflects how being an all or let's say long-standing event is historically it did really represent the industry in its actual capacity. Categories are matching the market composition as well. And it's important to see how the interest of visitors shows, like many companies, many visitors are interested to form partnership, and that's simply because of the interest in the market to see new products, new technologies, new solutions. Now we are talking about Oman Vision 2040. We are talking about Oman Vision 2050 to have net zero carbon emissions, which means that there will be new restrictions on what type of construction material is going to be used later on. It should be sustainable. It should be reflecting the direction of the the government and the country in general. So this is really important to highlight here. And I think that innovative products or companies who have innovative products and new solutions touching sustainability, touching urban development, will have a great advantage to see interested companies to in the local market to form partnership to represent their products, and also to sell directly to potential contractors and buyers from the country. Again, when I highlight the co-location with Oryx or Oman Real Estate Exhibition, I'm mentioning here Oryx is the largest real estate exhibition in the country. Although we are talking about small market here, Oman is a population of 5 million. However, we have most of the projects being planned are present in the exhibition, and all those who are involved in these developments will be there at the show. So the advantage for the exhibitors at Oman Design and Build Week, from suppliers, building material suppliers to technology providers, will have the opportunity really to have not only the market visibility, but also to connect directly with project owners. And because of the developers are present at Oman Real Estate Exhibition, that means contractors, engineers will be having the interest to come into the exhibition to see, what's coming up and what type of business relationship they can build. Briefly again, when we look at the interest of our exhibitors, the visitors here, their interest is mainly building equipment, building envelope and special construction. We're talking about windows, we are talking about shell structures, we are talking about doors and facades and all of this type of equipment. After that, we have building interiors and finishes, which is so much correlated with the building envelopes and special construction. And this is based on a survey that we have done with our visitors, or collection of our visitors that they came last edition. As you could also anticipate from my previous presentation, that real estate also another key interest. After that, building technology and automation. And I have to highlight here, this is a big area for of interest, and exhibitors needs to, those who are providing this kind of technology should capture the opportunity and come to Oman and start building relationship with potential buyers. It's a market where you need to come and form this kind of visibility and create a trust and personal connection to be able to penetrate. So it's important to start from now, though some projects might come later in the years to come. This presentation will be available for whoever interested to receive it, and my colleagues from MK Business will be able to share it after this webinar. But I will carry on with the remaining 2 slides and to just summarize and brief on the overall value proposition of Oman Design and Build Week. Of course, everybody, all companies are interested to know how we are helping them to connect with the local market, to assess their interest to exhibit at the show. Again, we integrate the traditional marketing as well as with the new technology to be able to provide kind of 360 degrees kind of marketing, communication and services. We launched just recently the Oman Design Build Week application. It will be available only 2 months before the show, and that will be for all of our pre-registered visitors and as well as confirmed exhibitors who have signed and made confirmation to exhibit, which means that they can connect with the visitors freely at no additional cost. They can arrange for a meeting. Just recent event we have held for the healthcare, we had 400 plus meetings organized through this application, and that really gives you even further opportunity to meet with more interested parties. Later on, those who are gonna exhibit, they will understand the value of such kind of application. It is an internationally recognized application that is developed by a well-known developer based in the UK. Now, any exhibitor also, besides the visibility to our visitors and our audience, they will get also an advantage of being welcomed on our social media. We had around 25,000 followers across all of our social media channels. So our welcome post will be, featuring the logo of the exhibitor and some information about the company and a link to the website. We will have, again, an online exhibitor portal. Instead of, filling out papers, they will have one platform where they can fill out company information to avoid any errors in submitting company details and make, their data accurate for visitors to connect with. They will get a chance to have, or they are all welcome to attend a free attendance at the conference. The conference is organized by Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning in collaboration with Oman Real Estate Association. It's a high-level, senior-level conference that we have speakers from the GCC and from abroad, as well as from Oman. Delegates as well are regional as well as local, and they are all main developers, main construction companies, consulting and design. So this is a great opportunity to network with high-level net worth audience. And additional services which takes place on site mainly is, in fact, doing logo, featuring company through video coverage, testimonials, and kind of video interviews with the exhibitors. So this is something very helpful to provide 360 degrees marketing and visibility to our exhibitors. So that's in brief. I can say more to happen on site. I would like to invite all Polish companies who are interested in exploring new opportunities in emerging markets. Oman is the right place. It's a country that has a very, strategic position in the geographically, as well as is witnessing economic growth and a surplus of trade balance. So it's something that that makes the country very much appealing. Those who are watching out news about Oman, they could see a lot of the movements and a lot of visits coming from various countries, delegations to explore business opportunities. So we invite you to be part of Oman Design Build Week and be part of a successful and a promising experience. I would like to thank you very much for your time and looking forward to see you at Oman Design Build Week. Thank you very much.